Hi everyone, SkeelsyShoota here. Hope you're doing well wherever you are. And if you're not doing well, I think I just might have something to cheer you up, because in front of yours truly is the exclusive, full detailed breakdown of all the perks in Call of Duty Ghosts. I've got a fairly well-placed industry source and they've come through for me yet again, so let's not waste any more time and get into it right away. Right, so as you'll see, it's organised into 7 categories, each containing 5 perks. That much we knew already, but now I'll take you through them one by one, detailing what they are and how effective they'll be for you. So the first category is speed, and as you can imagine, all of these perks are designed to make you a bit more sprightly as you navigate the map. The first perk is called Lightning Bolt, and what this is a short-term boost to your initial sprint speed for those occasions when you need to get away from a grenade or a dog that's just been set on you. Really handy perk, this one. The next perk is called Hands of Copperfield, and it's especially good for people whose reflexes mimic those of a passing glacier. By enabling this perk, you're not only impervious to point-blank gunfire, but it also lets you instantly switch to a knife, kill your opponent, all before they have the faintest fucking idea what just happened to them. This one sounds a little bit OP, but time will tell, I guess. Next up is the Weight Watchers perk. This is a lot like Lightweight from the previous Call of Duties, but differs in the way that you're able to drop a whole lot of weight, but only for the duration of one game before you put it right back on shortly after. Again, a really great perk, but it might be an idea to use this one sparingly, or if there is a box of Krispy Kreme donuts located nearby. The fourth perk, called Crime Scene, is a bit like Marathon in that it allows you to run for a bit longer, much like you would do should you be involved in a crime scene where your innocence isn't exactly 100% assured. Really good for getting away from persistent enemies, guard dogs, and local law enforcement. And the final perk to round out this category is the Craigslist Rapist, and from what I can see, it's a bit like Stalker from Modern Warfare 3. This perk is perfect for kinky snipers and allows you to lurk in the undergrowth and quietly move through shrubbery to gain better vantage points of bedroom windows and clotheslines without detection. Next category is called Handling, and this has some really good perks in this slot, starting with Steroid Shot. I'm told this one is a bit like Toughness from Black Ops 2, but what it does is gives you a steroid injection in your main gun holding arm, so that when you're being shot at, your biceps are so fucking huge that you flinch less and your recoil isn't effective. A really good perk for people complaining about their accuracy. Next up is the LeBron Boost, and it allows you to jump over barriers easily. Well, in actual fact, it allows you to jump clean over people and shoot at them from above. Word of warning though, this perk doesn't actually work in the fourth quarter of games, so it's best to use it towards the beginning of each match. The third perk is called Magician. This perk allows you to magically pull out a throwing knife seemingly from nowhere and chuck it at your opponent. Paired with the Hands of Copperfield, Magician is quite the perk to get you out of a really sticky, hopeless gunfight situation. Following on from the throwing knife perk like Magician, the fourth perk, Cutlery Master, is one for the knife only crowd and basically allows you to go into your backpack after throwing all of your throwing knives or combat axes and use the remaining forks, spoons, sporks and other cutlery in order to down your opponent. You can even get bonus XP if you manage to castrate someone using a melon ball, so a really nice feature right there. The fifth and final perk in this category is called Stinky Fingers. This one's a little strange in that with so many dogs running around in this game, you're able to pick up some dog shit and throw it at your opponents. A really handy perk for when you run out of lethals and tacticals, but need something to slow down your enemies. The third category is Stealth, and we see some really sweet perks in this slot. First up, we've got the Dark Knight perk, which allows you to move in and out of high traffic areas like a fucking ghost, seemingly impervious to things like gravity, physics, and basic logic. People who liked Ghost in previous CODs will really love this one. Next perk is the Nicolas Cage perk. This perk is really handy for game types like Ground War. Basically, with this perk enabled, you're acknowledged as a player, but no one really takes you seriously, which leaves you enough time to either play the objective or pick out a movie role that isn't an indie film. Fans of Blind Eye will really like this next perk. This perk is called Pink Eye and gives your opponent a hideous eye infection, making finding you on the minimap next to impossible. The fourth perk is called Double Cross. What it does is gives off a friendly heat signature so you're not targeted by enemy airstrikes, an especially good perk if you were the fuckwit that gave them the kill streak in the first place. And lastly, we have a perk for distracting the enemy called Oh Yeah, check that out. Basically, it's a care package that drops from the sky containing 2 girls kissing, with the plan of getting the enemy's attention long enough for you to sneak in behind them, capture the objective or kill them, whatever takes your fancy. The next category is awareness, and this has got a couple of perks that I know you'll love. It's geared more towards the people that are skilled in sound whoring, but there's really something in this category for pretty much everybody. The first perk is called Tap Shoes, and as the name suggests, it puts tap shoes on all of your enemies, allowing you to hear them a lot easier. Really great if you're ever a fan of Tap Dogs the musical too. Perk number 2 is called Kleptomaniac and allows you to steal enemy kill streaks and care packages whilst lying to your friends and telling them it's just a phase that you're going through. Perk number 3 is called Fucking Hell, What Stinks, and allows you to detect enemies that have stepped in any of the dog shit left behind from any of the canine units running around in the game. So previous games you've been able to sound whore, but it seems that ghosts will actually let you smell whore, so really interesting perk, that one. Now this next perk is going to be one of my personal favourites. It's called Politician, and what it does, it removes all awareness about everything going on around them. You could be right in front of them, shooting them, asking them about immigration or tax reform, and they would have zero awareness of you even existing. So really great perk, that one, and one that I'll be using quite a bit. The fifth and final perk in this slot is called NASA Overspend, and what this perk does is removes all funding from your opponent's orbital VSAT program, pretty much leaving them defenseless. I can imagine that in combination with aerial kill streaks, this perk would be especially effective on maps with really large open areas. Next we move on to the resistance category, and some really great perks in this category that I know you'll get a lot of use out of. First up is Super Sponge, pretty self-explanatory really. You take what feels like 2 full clips of bullets to the facial area, but you've still got time to turn around, reload, check the weather, and then get the kill. Really sweaty and what looks to be really OP. Next is the Junkie perk. This perk allows someone to walk through gunfire, explosive damage, and general social hatred, so long as there is some cocaine or heroin at the B flag. Great for objective play, this one. The third perk is, oh, so you're wearing flak jacket, so that's why 2 kilos of C4 didn't do anything to you. Enough said about that one, really. Fourth perk is called Rabies Shot. This gives you the appropriate defense against an entire canine unit, so you can kill those dogs without fear of frothing at the mouth or generating any sort of pustulating sores. And the fifth perk to round out this category is simply known as Hulk Mode. In what will undoubtedly be the most OP perk in the game, this perk allows you to stroll around the map completely unaware that people are firing at you, and when you do realise the game is over and you've destroyed half the map because you've got the turning circle of Jupiter. The next category is Equipment, and it's got some really killer perks that you'll either want for yourself or to inflict on your enemies. First perk we see is Girlfriend's Handbag. This perk, when activated, forces your enemies to rummage through their kit bag looking for lethals and tacticals, only to find bus timetables, chewing gum, and car keys. Really great perk to buy you some precious seconds in a gunfight. The next perk is called I Have an Attachment for That, and allows you to pretty much put any attachment onto any weapon. So you want a grenade with a handgun? No worries. You want a ballistic knife with your flashbang? Easy peasy. You want an MP3 player on your Semtex? Fucking A you do. This next one is going to be brilliant to see in action. No game of urban warfare is complete without stamping your authority on things. That's where the Flaming Bag of Dog Shit perk really comes into its own. Nothing says we've taken your B flag better than a flaming bag of Riley's finest number 2. Sit back, watch, and laugh as they stamp it out, only to be shot from behind. The fourth perk is called Shawshank, and designates one person on your team as the person that can pretty much get anything at any time. Extra grenade? No probs. More ammunition? No problems there as well. Subscription to Time magazine? A little random, but in the middle of an active war zone? Yeah, what the heck, no worries. You'll be able to spot him pretty easily on the map. He's located in the corner of the car park, sitting in his car in the dark. The fifth and final perk for this category is really great to inflict on the other team. Entitled Full Refund, it makes the enemy's equipment irreparably break mid-game. When the enemy team takes it back to where they purchased the equipment, they'll be told that it's out of warranty and that no refunds will be given, otherwise known as the one day after Apple Care runs out perk. The final category is Elite, and as you'd expect, some of the best perks are in this category. Needlessly expensive and completely pointless in some cases, but these perks should be carefully considered before purchasing. The first perk in this category is a wildcard, enabling you to select any other perk at no extra cost. Pretty straightforward there. The second perk is a little bit more crafty in that it equips you with a large supply of beef jerky. Laid around the map, you'll be able to avoid being attacked by dogs. Really great if your teammates are about as much use as a chocolate teacup. The third perk is Prima Ballerina, and this is one allocated to the ever-growing legion of trickshot snipers. This allows you to jump off a 3-story building whilst performing a 720 and receiving no fall damage. Great perk for annoying pricks right there. Fourth perk is called Sweatpants, and it gives you a 10% boost to your KD, just long enough for you to take a photo of your stats and upload to Facebook to revel in your brilliance. And the final perk we see is what's called 1-bar warrior, giving you the ability to allocate a 1-bar connection to anyone in the current game. You can use it as a strategic move, and you could allocate it to one of your teammates or to someone in your own team, say the one person that keeps running to open space with no regard for their own personal safety. So there you have it, all the perks of Call of Duty Ghosts. I'm not sure if I like all of them, and some of them are downright stupid if you ask me, but let me know in the comments section below which ones you'll be using and if you have any other suggestions for perks of your own. As always, shoot me a like if you liked it, and subscribe if you want to see some more. This is SkeelsyShoota signing out, and prepare for more bollocks in the next video.